Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. There's always going to be a need for a sympathy card. And today, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a beautiful card. This is for a neighbor whose husband just literally suddenly passed away. This happened on Monday of last week, and now it's been a week, so I wanted to get it done. So I wanted to share with you guys the card. Now the camera is going to be really close today because for some reason when you work with mirror card, it takes you down a road you ain't trying to go. Whether it's the flat mirror card like this or the shiny, you can never, I just never can seem to get my lighting right. So I brought the camera down really close so you can really see what I'm doing. So for this project, before I show you it, I'm going to do some stuff, but you're going to need a 6x6 card because I'm going to do a 6x6 card. You want to have some dies so that you can make a frame. So you'll need this for the mat and the layer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then this is what you're going to do to make a small frame, and you'll see what I mean by that when I get to that point. You'll need that. Definitely you want to use some double-sided tape. I use this red liner tape because you're going to need some acetate. Acetate is just that plat for those who may not know, because you never know. Sometimes people just don't know stuff, child. So this is just a clear plastic, and you don't have to. I mean, I buy acetate in packs, but you know, sometimes if you get you a good old piece of plastic from something that you had at the house, child, save you some money. I'm just saying, but and then there's different types of acetate, of which we're not going to talk about today, but you'll need some acetate, okay? You will need, you don't have to have this. I'm using some foam to give it a little padding, and you'll see what I mean. A sentiment, and these are some 6x6 sentiments that, do I have this upside down? No. Some 6x6 sentiments that I purchased from Anna Griffin. And it's perfect because they fit right inside the card. That way you have to do any stamping and stuff like that. So cards, when I try and do sympathy cards, I really do my best to try, well, I always try to do my best to make them professional looking, but this is a really, really nice way to do cards because the sentiment is already there and they're already folded down and everything, and then you can just actually put them into your card. So I really do like that. You'll need a die, and I'm using this beautiful the peacock. I'm just going to happen to be using this one for the focal point of the card, which is really beautiful. This is quite a beautiful die. So you'll need that. You'll need an embossing folder, of which I'm going to be using this. I'm proud of myself. I finally got it. Flat back pearls. I'm going to use just the little teeny ones for the crown of the peacock. And let's see, what else do we need? What else do we need is something. Oh, and then I have a sentiment that I've cut out, and I've layered it twice to give it a little shadow. And oh, you know what? And then I'm sorry. And then there's another embossing folder, which, doggone it, I'm using a 6x6 embossing folder, and it's over where I'm not gonna get up and get it. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. All right, so how I'm going to put this card together is going to be, I'm going to pull everything apart because it's not really like put it together yet. And I'm going to go through each step, and then I'll actually put the card together, okay? So with our 6x6, this is your 6x6 envelope. And I did this on some ivory paper. And I used the larger of the dies to cut out the aperture. Okay, so there's 2 dies here, and I'm using the larger one, and the larger one is going to cut this aperture out like that. Okay, so that's what we want to do there. That's why we use the larger one. And then I cut me a piece of 6x6 acetate, and then you can always use some alcohol just to kind of clean it, you know. I don't know, you could use Windex, I guess, too, you know, but if it's kind of nasty looking or whatever, just clean it off and keep it moving, child. But I use some acetate, so you'll need that eventually. You're going to need that. But going back to this piece, after I cut the aperture out, what I've done is I've used this red liner tape, which I told you guys about a few seconds ago. And I'm putting the red liner tape around here, okay? And I need to do that because I want to put the acetate. All right, so we're going to bring the card back in, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my acetate on the card. And I'm just pulling this red liner tape off. I am. And sometimes it's so hard to get the backing off of this. And again, I'm making a sympathy card. And you know, the thing is when sometimes, and that doesn't even necessarily mean that it has to be a sympathy card, but sometimes, you know, when you make cards, especially like when I video, sometimes I'll do it twice. And it's, look at this. Okay, come on, thing. It's just good to kind of have more than one in play. And especially if you're making a card for somebody and you really like it, and you know you're going to get that card to somebody else, you want to make it again. I made a card for my friend in China. It was her, I don't know, 60-something birthday. I think 65th birthday. And I'm pretty sure it was a nice card. But I just kicked myself because normally I also photograph whatever I make. So I can remember, you know, you keep living on, you're going to be forgetting stuff too. But I always do that. And for some reason, which has been announced to me, Lord, where is the acetate? Y'all, oh, here it is. Which has been announced to me, I don't even know what I did with the daggone thing. I mean, I don't know why I didn't take a picture. That's what I was trying to get at. All right, so let's go ahead and put the acetate in here. Now, I think it is the whole 6x6. Let's see. Let's try to do it right. And I can't see. But even long as it covers everything, the frame that I did, the other frame that I did will cover it up. Sure I can, okay, and I can bend the card. All right, so that's there. Now we have, remember the gold frame that I wanted to put? That gold frame, I also put red liner tape around it, and we're gonna go ahead and stick that down. All right, so we have our card, we have our acetate, and now we have a frame. Now, because I had a little boo-boo, but it kind of worked out, I put some of those little flat back pearls right up at the top of this this frame, so you wouldn't see that little boo-boo. So that's what that's about, y'all. So normally, unless you want to do that, and it kind of needed something there too, so it kind of worked out. So this will sit right in here. This should sit right down inside because I used the dies. And because I don't have the light on, I can't really see. It should fit right nicely. And again, there's a little boo-boo here, but that's fine because that's where the peacock is going to sit. Alright, so that's in there nicely over the acetate. So far, I feel like I was in church. I was about to say, so far in the scripture. Oh boy, I literally was about to say that. So we have that like that right there. In order to get the frame that I wanted to get around here to clean up that ugliness, what I just simply did was I took another piece of 6x6 pearlescent ivory paper, put the smaller die in the middle, centered it as best as I could, and then this is what gave me the frame that I need to put around here. You know what I think I am? I'm trying to cut this little extra piece of acetate off. I wonder if I should put my glasses on. Lord, please don't let me cut the card. So I had a little extra plastic on top, and it probably is best that I cut it off now. What the dickens? Then try and cut it off once I put the inside frame off. So I'm gonna try and do that now. And again, I'm sorry that the camera, I hope it's not too close for comfort, but I'm gonna have to get on Google or somebody and figure out the proper lighting and what people say about like when you're trying to film using matte mirror paper, because it's just a nightmare. All right, so we have that there. Cut that little teeny piece off. We don't need it anymore. And again, I have my X's where you can see the X's, and I'm going to line it up. And I am not going to use, well, no, you know what I am going to use? I am going to use my double-sided tape, but I'm not going to use that red tape because that red tape is taking me down, child. I'm going to use, I'm still going to use some double-sided tape, I believe, because I'm worried about the glue. I'm nervous about that glue getting on my acetate. I'm going to use this double-sided tape. I'm going to turn it around where I can see it. And then my X is here. What? Oh, okay. So there's an X here and there's an X here. I'm going to line it up. Now, it should be fine now because I cut that little smidget off, but I'm going to line it up here, here, and hopefully I can get this to come out right. But it looks like there's a little bit too much on top already. My main thing is I just don't want you to see the ugliness in here, but I think we got it. I think I got it. Again, I'm going to push it down. Like that. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we have a nice clean card. There's still a little bit of excess, but I think once I use a bone folder, and it'll be all right. What I wanted to do was I did this. Remember, this is the embossing folder, and I put the cover on the piece of paper on the back so it wouldn't be ugliness. This is going to sit in here like this, which I think is so pretty. But this, yes, is bigger, but it's okay because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Let me move the card out of the way. Here's your sentiment, okay, which is already pre-printed. It says, "May prayers strengthen you and memories comfort you." This person isn't what as a Christian we don't call them that, but the world tends to say, oh, they're not religious or whatever that means, but these people aren't God-centered. I guess that's the way to say it. They're not God-conscious. So I didn't want anything to be real, faith-based. I just wanted a very generic saying on the card. So this is going to be glued to the back of the card. This is going to be glued to this. But I want to make sure that it's centered correctly. So I want to kind of, make sure that it's like that. And then like that. Yep. All right. So I'm going to, do I want to put tape or do I want to, I think I'm going to put glue. Just because that way if it's not quite right, I can, it has some it'll move around is what I'm trying to say. But with the tape, I have to keep pulling it up, then I may end up ripping the paper. And, that'll take me down the road I ain't trying to drive down today. So we ain't trying to do that. All right, I think that's good enough for government work. All right, so we're going to lay this down here like that again. Make sure it's even as possible. I come up with these ideas, and sometimes when I make cards, and it seems like it's like in my mind, it seems like it's right. But child, when I go to try and make it, be like, what the devil? Okay, it looks about even. Flip that over like that. And just press down. Because I want to make sure that there's that this is connected very good. And then this part will be glued to the back of the card. So I definitely want to make sure that it's on there and it's on there good. One of the challenges of working with white paper or, lighter papers is that, you want to make sure your hands is clean. All right. Then the second thing, but I'm going to wait before I put on my sympathy because I want to make sure that I have this daggone peacock, which again, I'm so tired of dealing with this peacock. Oh, you know what? I have another piece right here. So let me cut the peacock one more good time, and the glue is what's messing it up. So I've got to figure out, I think I'm going to use a tape pen on it because the glue is this color. Now you probably can see it now. I don't know, you might or you may not, but believe me, you can see it. So let's cut the peacock one more time. Good thing I did. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Check this out. Okay, so I have this paper called Stick It. Perfect time. Promo time. It's called Stick It. It's just adhesive paper. I have all kinds. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to use a piece of this. And it's kind of neat because see how you don't have to cut all of it, kind of does that. And I'm going to take, let's see, do I need to use all of it? Oh, I will need to use at least 2 sheets. So I'm going to adhere this to the back of this. Way when I go to stick the new one on, there's no glue will be needed. So let me go ahead and peel this off a little bit. Not all the way. Yeah, stick it. Thank you, God, for the part to stick it. And I got a couple of packs of this little stuff. I'll do like that. Okay. And then you know I gotta be quiet when I do stuff like this, y'all. All right, there we go. And then I want to make sure this is on here really good. And then I'm going to run it through the cutting machine. Okay, so now we have this new one cut out. And it didn't smush it up too bad. And then I have all this, see? So don't throw that away because this all has adhesive on it. If you want to do something with that, that's a lot I can do with this piece as well as that. So definitely do not throw that away. All right? Pull out my peacock. Ta-da! And now I just pull the backing off of this and stick this one on top. I don't think this is glued on. Yeah, we ain't trying to. See, how was it? Yeah, that's not worth trying to pull off. So just glue it on top. It's just another one. It's like it's like 50 of these things stuck onto this, but that's all right. All right, and then you just peel the backing off just like that, which is pretty great. And then this is really great paper. It's called Stick It, or just any kind of paper that has an adhesive backing paper. I mean, I'm sure you Google it, you look in a craft, you can find it. I got this, frankly, I don't know where I bought it from. Take Truth, Shame the Devil. I don't know where I got it from. But I might have bought it from Crafter's Companion, but you can always find it. I think you can even find it on Amazon, tell you the truth. This is what I should have did from the Jump Street. And it's been sitting right here on my desk. Snake, I would have been at the urgent care. All right, there we are. Nice and sticky. We'll just line it up again. Put it on. One more good time, child. One more good time. There we have it. Perfect. Perfect. And it's really nice, super duper thin, thick. I am going to put my little things there. I want to, but I'm not too sure because I think it looks nice. All right, so we have that. Let's pull our card back. Okay. We have our sympathy. We have our saying here. And I think I'll use glue. No, you know what? I'm not going to use glue because I don't want it to buckle. I think I'm just going to use double-sided tape. And I'm going to put some gold accents. Now, the envelope that I had some fireflies that cut out. So the envelope is going to have this die on it. This says Deepest Sympathy. So that's I'm going to put on the front. And then here's some fireflies. So I might take some fireflies, cut those dies out again, and put some flyers put the fireflies right here, which I think is kind of pretty. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. And that won't be on the video. It'll just be something to enhance it. So just know that that'll probably be there. And then I'm going to put some little, not a dove, but I'm going to put the little fireflies, a couple little fireflies around the sentiment. Okay, around the sentiment. And let's go ahead and put the dove right here. I mean the peacock. But before I do that, I'm going to use, and I don't know where it is, which is no great. Oh, right here. I'm going to use some of this right here because I'm going to put a couple of those little crowns, little flat back pearls. I'm only going to put 3. And I had them already, but I think they might have lost their little stickability, if that's a word. So I'm going to grab 3 more. And I'm using just the little teeny ones. Just the little teeny ones. So I'm going to make sure you can see everything on the table. So, just these little teeny weeny ones. So I'm going to put the 3rd one somewhere along. Maybe that's a good place for it. All right, and then I'm going to just kind of press on here. I think that's good. So we have the little crown on there. There we go. Okay, last but not least, is I want to line this up so that this will fit about right here to cover up that boo-boo. And then I want to see where my sympathy is going to be. And so I kind of want my sympathy to be right in there. Okay? All right, so I don't want double-sided tape on this piece right here because you'll see it through the acetate. Now, here's the thing. You're going to see all that through the acetate. So to cover up this ugliness on the back, what I did was I cut this out, but I cut it in reverse. So that the gold, and I'm going to cover this white part up and just lay that right over top of this, just like that, so that when I do glue this down onto the card like that, and once it's opened, you just see gold. You won't see that ugly whiting, that ugly whiting part. And now this, I can use I can use the liquid glue because it's on white paper and it's not gonna, oh, you know what? No, this may mess up. I bet not. I think I'm gonna use tape. Yeah, I think I'll still use tape. So I'm just gonna use this running tape. Okay. So now that like that. And then I'm just going to put this right on top of this to cover up all the ugly whiteness. How the card got all scratched up and all that kind of stuff. Oh, come on now. It's not perfect. And I always say, that's not perfect. So now we can go ahead and put this on like this. I still don't want to put any glue or anything on this section right here. So the only double-sided tape or whatever I'm going to do, it has to be on the border. So it'd have to be right in here. And I'd have to make sure that it's anchored really good so that it doesn't come off. Okay, so we have that on like that. I think it's so pretty. And then the last thing, that is the card. I'm going to do a few more things to it. The envelope, I'm going to again, use these little fireflies or dragonflies. And then, so here's the card. Let me really show you what it looks like. And then when you open it up, it has the sentiment. So I have a few more little things I want to do to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and photograph it. And then that'll be it. So this is a really, I've had this die a very long time. Very, very long time. It looks like it's maybe about 3x3 or 4x4. Something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and just use this. And then that's the envelope. Okay. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at Crafting with Lola and Oscar. Please like, share, comment, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.